Okay, so today I'm closing on my first ever rental property investment, and this is really huge for me because it's been like an entire life goal, and I'm finally hitting it today. So I wanted to make a video to help you guys, okay, overall in life and with money. And the whole reason why I'm making this, number one, I already know that this isn't going to get a lot of views because not a lot of people care about this stuff. But I know that some people are really wanting to improve these areas in their life. And the reason why I feel like I'm somewhat of an authority where I can talk on the topic of finances and money is because when it comes to business and my own personal life and investments, I've always done pretty good. Like I had probably over $250,000 locked away by the time I was 22, 23. By the time I was 24, 25, I had, over $1 million locked away, 7 figures cash. And today I'm buying a property and investment that is a multiple 6-figure deal. I'm paying cash for it. There is no loan. Okay, I'm going to rent this out and get a cash flowed renter. There's tons of benefits with this. So if you stay with me for this entire presentation, I'm hoping that this video can actually change your life. Okay, one of the things that I think is soul crushing is guys who work, and there's nothing wrong with this, okay, if this is what you like to do, but a lot of guys are stuck in a rut and they're stuck in a 9 to 5 and they don't know how to get out and they're scared to take risks. And since I have literally started from the bottom, I know what it's like to suffer for many years in a row. I know what it's like to have 5-6 grand in your bank account and take risks in business and hope that shit works out and sit in hope and fucking pray that stuff works, and it works. Okay, because I'm making this because I feel like I can actually give back and help you. So I don't share those numbers with you to have any arrogance or bravado. I'm sharing that with you because if I'm going to give you an educational lesson on money, I feel that it's important that you know that I can back up what I'm talking about. Okay, just like if you're going to go hire a personal trainer, you want to know that they're probably jacked and they're ripped. That way they can get you in shape. This whole presentation is for you. So here's what I can tell you. This video isn't going to get a lot of views because I just know that this is probably a topic that isn't. But I know that if you stay with me for this whole video, this is one of the coolest, best presentations that I've ever put together for you, and I genuinely think this will impact your life on the deepest level. So stay with me because you're in for a good treat. All right, we're gonna dive into this whole presentation. This is something that's super cool because I'm gonna go over the mindset of how to make money. Then I'm going to show you how to get rich, and then over here I'm going to show you actually how to get wealthy. Now here's a precursor to this. If you actually want to be a baller, you actually want to be a fucking stud, here's what you gotta know. Guys who buy Lambos, guys who are constantly flexing, they're doing this shit because they're insecure and they need other people's validation. Okay, the investment property that I'm buying today is multiple 6-figure deal. I could go buy a Lambo with that, but I'm not. Okay, I'm going to put it in the right areas because I think this is way cooler. Okay, so that's how you have to look at money. Money is a tool for you to further yourself and to get ahead. The strategic moves that you make dictate how you get ahead in life. And guess what happens? Guys who flaunt like that, they'll have a little bit of money, they feel the need to show it off. One day they'll have money, the next day they don't. This is going to show you how to get ahead for the rest of your life until you're in the grave. So that way you don't have to worry about cash or finances ever. So the first thing that you have to know as a man, and this is coming from being an entrepreneur now for almost a decade. I'm a thoroughbred entrepreneur my whole life. I've been building business and doing this kind of stuff. So the first thing you got to know as a man is money follows mastery. Okay, this stems into your mindset. When I say money follows mastery, people who are experts at something are rewarded. Okay, so if you look at Tom Brady, the football player, he's rewarded for throwing the football. He's a master. Okay, if you look at me and the way I built this YouTube channel and the products that I've had to help men, I became a master at aspects of masculinity. If you look at a certain person who maybe they built a dental practice, okay, they're a dental physician, they built mastery in something. So this is first. You have to actually have mastery in one specific topic. Now, the reason why you need mastery is because when you have mastery at something, you learn that you can't trade time for money. And when you have mastery, you no longer have to trade time for money. That's how cool it is. So stick with me here. Now, one thing I want you to be aware of is a mistake guys make is guys who are working a 9 to 5 or they have just some regular job, which nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that in a derogatory or bad area. I'm just saying that's their situation. They're trying to invest slowly. They're investing in things like the S&P 500 or slow stocks that are slow to appreciate. At this income level, you cannot rely just on investing, and you can't do it because it's too effing slow. It's just too slow. You're not going to make any money. If you're saving money for retirement and stuff, that's probably not going to get you ahead at a quick place where you can actually acquire a lot of cash. Here's what you need. What you need is you need scalable income. Okay, which means for every hour that you put into work, there is infinite potential to how much money you can make. Okay, if a person right now trades time for money and they're spending, you know, an hour of time and they get paid 20 bucks for that. That's great, but the problem is it's not scalable. Your income can't go anywhere. There's no trajectory. So what I can tell you is the market rewards skills. The better you are at mastery at something, okay, what's going to happen is the more you can get paid for that. So get good at something. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's an electrician. I don't care if it's dental. I don't care if it's a doctor. I don't care if you want to be a neurosurgeon. I don't care if you want to be a YouTuber. I don't care if you want to start an award-winning podcast. Doesn't matter what it is. You have to get good at something. Once you've acquired this mindset, and this makes sense, okay, comment makes sense below right now. A comment makes sense, so that way I know you have mindset checked out. If this makes sense, the next thing that I want you to understand is you get rich off of what you know or what you sell. Okay, this is coming like you get rich off of what you know or what you sell. This is the only way to get rich. Please believe this. Crypto opportunities come and go. Think about that for a second. They come and go. These weird one-off willy-nilly things that you'll see online where like it's some amazing opportunity that's hot for 3 months and then it's over. That comes and goes. Don't get involved with stuff like that. The only way to get rich and consistently have cash flow coming in is you have to go, okay, where the money moves. What I'm trying to tell you is where the money moves is where you get paid. So what does that mean? Where money moves, where cash transacts hands, okay, where hands shake and the cash transacts. Where that money moves is where you get paid. So there's two ways that it boils down into that. That money is going to move if you're selling, okay, which means you're going to be getting commission. Big commission checks is a way to acquire chunks of cash because that's really what you need if you want to invest one day, is you need big chunks of cash. Okay, you want to figure out how to lock away multiple 6 figures in the bank, how to lock away 7 figures in the bank. This is super key. Okay, if you can do this, you're on your trajectory to really kicking ass in life. So, where the money moves is where you get paid. Keep that in mind. I like talking about this stuff. Where the money moves is where you get paid. Remember that. So there's two ways to do this. The first is sales. Okay? If you're starting off in sales, this is a great skill because if you ever own your own business one day, if you can't sell, you don't get paid. Sales is great because it teaches you how to work with people, and truthfully, salesmen are typically the top compensated people in every single company. And the reason why the salesmen or the sales reps are the top compensated people is because guess what? Where the money moves is where you get paid, okay? If salesmen can't bring in the cash for the company, that whole company will go under. And it doesn't matter who's in their HR staff. It doesn't matter who's in their operating procedures. It doesn't matter who's in their tech. It doesn't matter who's in their customer service. That's not what makes the business. What makes a business is where it actually transacts hands. Those aspects are important too, but at the end of the day, bills have to get paid. That's why sales reps and salesmen who are commission-based get paid the most. So if you're wondering how to get rich, this is where you start first. You start learning how to sell. For me, it was real estate. Okay, I was a real estate agent by the time I was 18 years old. I was one of the youngest real estate agents in North Dakota at the time. I started selling. So it's like, cool. I started to understand a base premise of sales. Now, what's number two? What's the second way you can get rich quicker? Well, you want to start your own business eventually. There's some sort of sovereignty that comes with like not submitting to a boss. Like when you can wake up on your own terms, and I say that loosely because when you wake up and you're starting your own business, you have 10 times the amount of stress as anybody else. So keep that in mind. But when you start your own business, you're in control of your income. Okay, I don't talk about this product or this offer that I have, but I have had it for over a year now. It's called Freedom Academy. It's very cheap to get into. It's a low investment, a low barrier of entry. If you want to learn how to start your own business similar to how I did, I'll put the link in the description. This is the only video I really put that on because I don't talk about that offer a lot. But if you guys want to know more about it, feel free to comment. Okay, the second way that you start to get rich is through starting your own business. So what are the 3 benefits or the 3 keys to starting your business, or what are the things you want to do to acquire cash quickly so that way you can have chunks of cash to build wealth one day? Well, the first thing that you want to do is you want to sell a decommoditized offer. So what is a decommoditized offer? Decommoditized offer is something that somebody can't put fair market value towards. So here's what I mean by that. If you're selling toilet paper, okay, that's a commodity. The reason why it's a commodity is because you can get toilet paper anywhere, right? If Charmin is $3 and this other off-brand is $2.50, you're competing based on price. It's the same product, it's toilet paper, you can get it anywhere. However, the only thing you can compete on is price. You don't want to sell that. That is a commodity. That's a commoditized offer. You want to sell a decommoditized offer. A decommoditized offer means something that somebody can't put market value on just by seeing it. So I'm gonna give you an example. let's say I'm a heart surgeon and I come out with some holistic, like this isn't real, obviously, this is an example. Let's say I'm a heart surgeon. I want to come out with some holistic nutrition kind of thing that's heart friendly. Well, like for example, if I had my own practice and I wanted to sell that consulting offer, I wanted to sell that product, or I wanted to sell that service to help somebody, that diet and that meal plan and those exercises to somebody with heart disease and who's on the verge of dying, that could be worth $500 to them. That could be worth $5,000 to them. That could be worth 50 grand to them. That could be 100 grand to them. That could be worth their life. That is what I mean by selling a decommoditized offer. You make chunks of cash by selling things, okay, off of value and things that hit somebody's core desire. So does this make sense? If it has value, if you can't price shop it, like if you're a doctor with a specific way of doing things that you believe could heal them, that would be one example. That's a decommoditized offer. I'll give you another example. Let's say you are, let's say you're a meditation coach and you have somebody who has stress. Okay, and you have a specific way of meditating to help them lower that stress. If they're if they're a CEO, let's say, them lowering that stress, to them, that meditation could be worth $5,000, 10 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, 250 grand. You can sell things, okay, based off the value to the end consumer because it hit a core desire. That's how you get rich. So you start acquiring customers, you start selling, you start acquiring chunks of cash. Okay, so what's the first prerequisite? First prerequisite's mindset. The second aspect is you get rich off of what you know and what you sell. The reason why you get rich off what you know and what you sell is because money follows mastery. Now, once this step one has been accomplished, okay, now you have chunks of cash you can invest. I watched my dad do this from the ground up. My dad was self-made. He went from delivering newspapers to working at Godfather's Pizza to selling perfume to becoming a mechanical engineer and getting his 4-year degree and making 60 grand a year. Then I watched him start to invest. By now he has over 180 doors. Okay, self-made, multimillionaire, high net worth. I watched my dad do that. So this journey is proven and I'm following the same journey. Now, once you have cash, you do not go buy the fucking Lambo. I'm gonna say that again. Once you have cash, you do not go buy the fucking Lambo. You save like a motherfucker. Okay, I'm talking 1/10 to 1/20th of your income is your goal to live on. So if you can make it 100 grand a year, your goal is to live on about 20K. Which means you might have to share a room, you might have to share an apartment with someone. That's okay. Okay, I had to do that. When I was first starting off, I had over 6 figures locked away and I was living with 3 other guys. So this is normal. This is okay. Just don't get into the consumerism mindset, because all these guys who need like Lambos and shit and they need to take pretty pictures on Instagram, they look like dorks. Okay, they need other people's validation and it's stupid. So don't buy into that. Okay, you don't need Lambos, none of that. You can look like you're broke. Okay, I'm wearing a $5 t-shirt right now from TJ Maxx. I'm wearing an Adidas hat. You don't need to get fancy. You need to save and you need to be smart. That's how you become successful. Okay, next. Prerequisite mindset. Okay, number one, you get rich off what you know or what you sell. Then number two, how do you build wealth? Okay, if you get rich off what you sell, you get wealthy on what you own. Now it's time to invest. So here's an example with me. With real estate today, I'm doing my very first property. Okay, I'm 27 years old. This is my very first income producing property. This is probably the happiest I've ever been in my whole life when it comes to something that I wanted to accomplish. Like, this is super special to me. And since it's special to me, I want to share this with you because my journey took 10 years. Hopefully this video can be a hell of a lot shorter for you. So the first thing that I look at is like, okay, income producing property. Yeah, I'm blowing that cash, but at the same time, I'm putting it into something that appreciates in the market. Now here's the big thing about real estate. Why I like this. There's tax benefits. You get to depreciate the interest off your taxes. Okay, not to mention you get to, depreciate the like lifetime value of the property. Okay, like for example, this is a residential property that I'm buying that I'm going to lease out or rent out. This depreciation for rentals is 27.5 years. Okay, it is depreciated. That way you can deduct that off your taxes. There's incentives to this. Since there's incentives to this, okay, if you're not looking at investing in the long term, okay, what that means is you are going to be paying high amounts of taxes if you only start to get rich and you only keep hoarding your money. I was in that position, paid multiple 6 figures in taxes last year. I sat in bed for a week. It was the saddest I've ever been because I know how hard it was to make that. So now, okay, you start to invest. There's tax benefits over here, okay, not to mention your properties will appreciate in the market. So while it depreciates on paper and you're getting tax savings, it appreciates in the market. Okay, if I'm buying this rental for, let's say 350 grand, hopefully within a few years, it's worth 450 grand. That 100 grand spread, okay, what I could do is I could even leverage that and I could put that into another property. This is how you grow. Another thing that I've done is I've locked away, over 6 figures in stocks. So this is more of a quick producing income for me because I want to get a tenant in this and I want to start leasing this. Over here, down here, right, this is a long-term hold. So I kind of diversify a little bit. This is how you get rich in a nutshell. You don't have to do anything fancy. You have to get good at one thing, okay? You have to sell the hell out of that thing, okay? And when you sell the hell out of that thing, you get rewarded for it if you're good in the marketplace and people leave good reviews and they like you, okay? And then you take that same money, you invest, and you get wealthy on what you own. This is the exact formula to build real wealth and to get ahead in the world. And I can't tell you, I'm gonna tell you this. Every guy out there, I'm gonna tell you this, the reason why I believe a lot of guys' confidence lacks is because they don't have direction. They don't have direction because they either were A, misguided, or B, they just don't know what to do. Like they're working their 9 to 5, they wanna get out, they're struggling, and like when you go to bed at night, there's nothing worse than uncertainty. And I believe as a man, there's nothing more powerful than having control of your finances and control of your future. So that's why I'm making this video. I don't talk about these numbers and multiple 6 figures and all this bullshit tack like I'm boasting or bragging. I'm doing this because I want you to know, since I have real world experience in this, and this is how I'm doing it, I can tell you the lessons that I've learned along the way. Full transparency. If my ass ever goes broke and I make a mistake on something, I'm going to tell you. The reason why I'm going to tell you is because I don't have my ego wrapped up in what I am. Okay, I do this stuff because I'm passionate about it. But if I ever make a mistake and I miss something, I go, hey guys, I screwed up bad. I'm going to tell you. Okay, because that way I can make sure I can pass along that mistake so you don't make it. So this truly is a video out of the genuine kindness of my heart. I hope that this video served you. If you like it, let me know. We'll see you in the next one.